For all your sports update, keep watching Sports Chat with Dasilva on Richmond TV on YouTube. I'm Richard J.
Hello, greetings, wherever you find yourself. It's another beautiful Monday night. Yes, beautiful Monday. Monday be a day. Monday be a fantastic. Monday be a brutal. Monday be a bombastic. Monday be a fantastic. Monday be a BBBI, especially. Semetia Sena Hodi Wom Namaje, the team of the moment, Jesse. Yes, Gunners for life. It was 2, a 2-3, a 2-4, a 2-6. Oh Lord, what a team. Gunners for life. Once again, you are all welcome to Sports Chat, live on Richmond TV. Yes, with your man, Dasilva, Majime Kunya, Majime Captain's Band, Mibe Judregum, Namajiegum, Bambara, and the engineer. Hi, energy man, my banty, energy naba, because an energy free. Of course, I mean, people were struggling 98 minutes before they get their goal. Maybe as if they've never even played a game of soccer before. Hey, your bomusa. That's a team. I mean, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, it doesn't matter. Much or more share what I'm saying. In Sia, Kofinsia. Yes. Anyways, you are welcome once again. This program is proudly sponsored by Agape Traditional LLC. Yes, so program you must so yasne and the omode me eba at the comfort of your homes. Ope kente, ope broyachi, ope cha, ope komadie, name it. Agape LLC. Our Agape Traditional LLC should be your point of contact. Unya file for Nana de Trust. No wabo 240-898-693. Make on slow motion. 240 898-6931. Fre obase wa ahofedua na kachire ne de ope. Ye di bonwe aba America mem. Enye DMV pe o. Bebia ope bi kura wo Ghana frɛ no obema ye anwi bi ama na kente enye kente bi ani kente ne de ya anwa emu odu eye papa what dey full play about wait enti untimi famba agi so kutua SS luggage use SS bag eno ne bo be de ebeto kente bebre ti make for Agape Traditional LLC ama oba sewa obema weni age na echire no frɛ me. Yes, sir. So this program is proudly sponsored by Agape Traditional LLC. Without much ado, let me go ahead. As always, I cannot do this program alone. So let me go ahead and introduce my panelists. Today, the most happiest man on earth will be my first panelist. And it's in the person of Fifi Blanson. Oh, Fifi. Fifi Blanson, welcome to Sports Chat with Dasilva.
Thank you. Subscribe, like, comment. If you like, share. Today it's a very today is a sad day, but I'm happy to be here. But one more time, Thank you, Richmond TV, for having me on a Monday. Hey, today, as you guys can see, Manchester United. I'm excited. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share. Also, go ahead, reach out to Agape LLC. I'd say Maggie, give her a good call, discount. Open that, give her a call. She has great prices, whatever you need. So here can take. So per se, Charlie, we dress it nice, and then na me wear a sam and then me shadash impobwa na attire say Charlie. Per se purpose about my life. So like, if you guys need any kente beats, nyama Charlie nyama no I'm patch for Agape LLC. Give her a call. Um, Manchester United, Fifi Blankson signing in, and then they're bad there. So tune in, Charlie. Yeah, the heat in the bar. One more time, thank you.
All right, Fifi said, yeah, the heat never. Hey, Ulu Sukra, the heat never. Time will tell. Let me go ahead and quickly introduce my second panelist. He's in the person of Abeku. So Abeku is an accountant, a family, a cousin, a very, very good striker, out and out striker. I mean, hey, Abeku, think of going to replace Nicholas Jackson. Now they be all jam or broken hearts now, mama. Welcome, Abeku, on Sports Chat with Dasilva.
Thank you for having me today. Today's gonna be good. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Yeah, let's talk about 26 tonight.
All right, thank you very much, Abeku. Abeku wants viewers, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Calvin Trimpon is next on the list. Calvin is a soccer player, a goalkeeper, and also a very, very good technical man when it comes to the game of soccer. He really understands it very, very well. Welcome, Calvin, at the studios of Richmond TV. Welcome, Calvin. Calvin.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me? You hear me, Coach?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I can
back
hear
in
you
it.
now.
Yeah. So thank you so much, subscribers. Thank you, viewers. Like I said, it's always a pleasure to be on Sports Chat with Dasilva. Today is another day that the Lord has made. We shall see what happens today. But don't worry, today the heat's not bad, Like you said, share the link, subscribe, and also go ahead and give Agape a call. You never know what you need.
All right, thank you. So once again, viewers, you are welcome. This program is produced by Emma, my producer. On sound, I have Richie Jr. On camera, I have Emilia. Thank you. So let me give you quickly tidbit. Unfortunately, Ghana's Mediema, representing Ghana at this year's CAF Champions League, they failed to get the needed results, so they will not make it to the next phase, which is the semi-finals of the competition. So Moses Amapaka and your team, you did well. I think it was a very good experience. Coach Evans Alote and all the crew, we say kudos. It's a good experience. The last time a Ghanaian team was in the Champions League was long time ago at the group stages. So good job to you, Evans Adote, and all the Mediema crew. On the other side, Ket Okreku team, which is Dreams FC, led by Coach Karim Zito, made it to the next stage of the CAF Confederation Cup. We say congratulations to you. Keep holding the flag of Ghana aloof and go all the way, if possible, to unleash the trophy. And viewers, that trophy that I'm talking about, the first club that won that trophy was Glorious Accra House of Folk when they beat Fantabulous Kumasi Asante Kotoko on penalties to win the first and maiden trophy. But unfortunately now, House of Folk and Kotoko, they cannot even make it to the CAF Champions League or CAF Confederation finals. This week, starting tomorrow and Wednesday, we have various matches coming up at the UEFA Champions League. So quickly, let me give you the upcoming fixtures and go straight back to my panelists and see what all they have for us. Starting tomorrow, Real Sociedad will welcome Paris Saint-Germain. Then Bayern Munich will welcome Lazio. Bayern Munich will welcome Lazio. And quickly, let me give you what happened in the first leg. So Paris Saint-Germain beat Real Sociedad by 2-0 in the first leg. And Lazio also beat Bayern Munich 1-0 at in Italy. Kevin, these are upcoming matches coming up tomorrow. What is your take of both matches? Real Sociedad, do you think they can overturn the table, the 2-0 deficit, and go ahead and knock Paris Saint-Germain out, or the opposite will happen? And do you think Bayern will come out guns blazing everywhere to eliminate Lazio? What do you think on these two matches?
Um, I think that the PSG Real Sociedad, I think that match is a foregone conclusion as long as Mbappe plays. Ever since Mbappe decided or announced that he's going to Real Madrid, there has been a lot of funny things going on. Him getting substituted to half, sitting with his parents, him not playing. It's just there's a lot of things happening within the club. So as long as Mbappe is playing and his mind is there, the game is a foregone conclusion. So I think that's something to watch out for, depending on what happens with Mbappe. So I think that's a big key there. In terms of Bayern Munich, what Bayern are we going to get? That's the question I want to know, because at this point, Tuchel, it just hasn't worked with Bayern Munich. I mean, I watched them play, and they struggle to get things going. I mean, like I said, even in their league match, they're just struggling at this point. So it's a 1-0 deficit, which is a good thing for them. But for some reason, they can't defend. They're always leaking goals. Um, so I don't necessarily know. We'll see the lineup. If Upamecano is playing right back again, then it's a foregone conclusion. They're going to lose the game. That's just me being honest. He cannot play right back. He can't go up and then come back. It's just not something he does. He provides nothing offensively on the right back, and he's too stiff as a player. He's a good center back. He's a big, strong guy. He loves to hit people and get them off the ball. And him being on that right side is just somewhere that he's not used to playing. And quite frankly, he can't get used to it. So as long as Tuchel can get the lineup right, Bayern Munich has world-class players. Sadim, Musiala, Kane. I mean, they have all these. They have experience too. If they bring in Müller off the bench, they have Kimmich, which they're playing at right back now, which doesn't make any sense because he's not a right back. He's a CDM. So there's just a lot of things happening with Bayern Munich right now, just in terms of personnel and what Tuchel is trying to do. I don't think he has the players, nor does he try to play the players that play in the best positions. So therefore, unfortunately, if that's what's going to keep happening, Bayern Munich will leave this tournament, which is sad because I have to bring it up again because Harry Kane is trophyless. It's just unfortunate. I mean, you go to a team where it's a guarantee to win the league, and for some reason this year, it's just not happening. So if all these perspire, I think that Bayern Munich will be a shock out. But I do expect them to win, barring all these things. If they don't get their lineup right, they're gonna lose, just because they can't keep people from scoring. That's their biggest issue right now. Is keeping clean sheets. They literally can't keep a clean sheet. So if they can get their lineup right and keep a clean sheet, I can see them advancing through. But we'll see.
All right, Kevin think he expect Bayern Munich to win. So let's see. Abeku, your take on those two matches coming up tomorrow.
I think a couple of weeks ago I talked about how I believe Bayern is going to come back, but in recent games, recent events, it's tough. I have to share the same sentiments as Kevin. It's really sad to see a great team, a collection of good players, talented players, not know what to do with the ball. It's really bad. But also, like we talked on Friday, they play good enough to win games. It's just unfortunate situations where they're leaking so much in the back. So um, tomorrow, I believe they're gonna come out and show out. Um, this is the Champions League. This is the best of the best. So I believe they will come out and show out. But also, we should be like watchful of, like, anything that's gonna come in that game. PSG game, just because it's 2-0 right now, I don't see a way back for Sociedad. It's gonna be tough for them to come back. But like Kevin said, Mbappe's attitude towards the game has been poor. The coaches are not playing him or substitute him really early during the game. So I'm just watching that game, and just because it's 2-0, I think PSG wins that game or goes to the next stage based off what they did in the first leg.
All right. Thank you very much, Abe. Kufifi, your take on those two matches.
Um, we don't have to forget that Tuchel is a year and a half removed away from winning the Champions League with the Chelsea team. Um, so if anything, I'm not gonna count him out in the Champions League. Um, I will not be shocked if they even make it. They somehow squeak through to like a semifinals or something. But I see Bayern basically overpowering Lazio tomorrow. I think the past two games you've seen Bayern change his form and actually rely on the Kimmich and the Muller and the players, and they're actually I feel like the last game that they drew, they were just unfortunate. That would have been a win, but I think that him going back to the regular lineup, I don't think he's gonna put Upamecano there. I just feel like he just needs to take Dyer out and put delete there. I don't know what he sees in Dyer, but I feel like Eric Dyer is the reason why they're being beat out there, because when you look at the play, he's always like keeping. If you look at it, I don't think he understands what they're playing. And now that Tuchel is no longer playing that five back, he's kind of playing like a 4-3-3 ish formation. It's kind of exposing Eric Dyer too much. But I think Bayern is going to see this one out 2-0. The PSG Real Sociedad, whether Mbappe plays, whether he sits on the bench, whether he comes from the air, whether he doesn't come to the stadium, whatever it is, it'll be a draw. PSG will see Real Sociedad to the door, and then they'll move on to the next phase. From there, I think that's where we'll kind of know whether PSG is for real or not. But that's my take on that.
Thank you very much, Fifi. So, Fifi, same thing on you. So, on Wednesday, Man City will take the 3-1 away lead that they got in Denmark Copenhagen to the Etihad. When they play FC Copenhagen, they will be hosting them, having already won the first leg by 3-1. And Real Madrid will go to Santiago Bernabeu with a 1-0 advantage over Leipzig. Fifi, your take on these two matches?
So I have the real take on it, and I have the hopeful take. My hopeful take is the entire Man City team gets a virus, and nobody can play, and profit the match, and they lose. That's my hope. But in actual fact, it's a foregone conclusion. They're gonna dominate, probably 2-0. Copenhagen was not supposed to be there. Yeah, we made a mistake and allowed them to get there. They were never a great team. They weren't going to do anything. It's just us just gifting them our position. At least it's better us. It would have been disastrous if we had to play Man City and then play them again. Jesus. I guess the football gods were looking upon us. That's why we didn't get that second place and Copenhagen took it. But Man City is gonna destroy them. They'll probably play the Grealishes and set the Fodens and stuff because they have a big game coming up in the weekend against Liverpool. So they'll probably play their bench, and even that bench is like someone's starting lineup. The Real Madrid Leipzig game. Ancelotti, what's the nickname you give him? Dasilva.
Don Carlo.
Don Carlo. Don Carlo will see this one. They got robbed over the weekend, but this one, I think Don Carlo will see this one through. Leipzig will pose a threat. It'll be a very close match. I just something. My gut is telling me that Leipzig is gonna pull a surprise, but I think that Real Madrid will see it through because Bellingham is back. Real Madrid will see this through. So that's my take on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Fifi, just to chip in this one, ask you, so you made mention of dominance. So you think Manchester City will dominate Copenhagen like the way they dominated Manchester United yesterday? Okay.
Please
I just
move on.
wanted to be sure.
Please, let's move on.
Abeku, your take on those matches. Abeku, your take on those matches.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you.
Okay, so I believe the Madrid Leipzig game, it's gonna be a good one, but I see Madrid edging that one. Just from the weekend, what happened to, like, I just believe they will come out and show out. It's not gonna be even close. I think it will be a good game, but Leipzig doesn't not stand a chance at the Bernabeu. City, Copenhagen, my friend was talking about they had a chance and whatnot. Like, please stop it. That's never. United is not made for the Champions League. This is not. Just allow the people playing to play.
Hold up. How are we catching stray bullets in this thing?
No, you made mention that like you guys were supposed to be the one.
Yes, that was our place.
Hey, my guy. Please. We are talking about people in the Champions League, not people who could have made the Champions League knockout stages. Please.
Now, me know why they were a Premier League. No, I said that. Okay.
No, please, don't do that. We were talking about people that actually made it, not people. But yeah, it's not even close. I think Pep is gonna come out and play Bob and all those kids just to be ready for Klopp, because Klopp is getting away with some crazy stuff. But we'll talk about that later. So yeah, it's no competition. There's gonna be maybe 3-2. Yeah, it's done. Over to you, Kevin.
All right, we could think he's done.
All
Kevin,
right, Coach,
over to you.
I guess it's my turn. Yeah, Real Madrid versus whoever they are playing is over. Doesn't forget it. This is their tournament. I'm sorry, they're not getting knocked out.
Are you sure they didn't play well against Leipzig? Leipzig had the game. If you watched it, Leipzig is no joke. Are you sure
they went away and found a way?
Wait, hold on. You talking about the game they didn't have a center back?
Yeah,
is that the game you're talking about?
They're still going to play Tchouameni and Rudiger. They still struggle.
No, Rudiger was not there when they played. They didn't have a single
center. Saying this one they're going to have him. But I don't sleep on Leipzig though. I'm just saying
No. Bellingham is back. Diaz is back. Vinicius, Rodrigo, they're all back. They're playing. This is not the same team they played.
I don't think it'll be a
No. It's a foregone conclusion. Forget it. Forget it. It's a foregone conclusion. They're going to win the game. This is not something where they're going to win the game. It's just Leipzig is a good team. I'm not discounting them. I'm just saying if we're talking about teams, Real Madrid is just a better team. It's just flat out. They have better players. They have a better coach. I think they win the game. That's what I think will happen. Obviously, we'll see what happens when they play, but based on both teams' forms and both teams' players, I think they win the game. Now, in regards to Man City playing Copenhagen, that's a wash. Same thing. These are games that are not even. I mean, they're up 3-1 already. If Haaland plays, he might score a hat trick. I'm just being honest. Because you got to understand, in the Champions League, they're playing a team that they're not. That team is not used to Man City, and Man City's not used to that team. No. Here's the difference. when they play in the EPL, Man City plays in the EPL, everybody knows how they want to play. They study them, so it's a little harder for them to play us than they playing teams that are not used to them. So in just in the way they play, I just think it's going to be a lot easier for them to kind of maneuver because when they play in the EPL, everybody kind of knows what they want to do. So it takes a little time for them to kind of get going. But just in terms of the EPL against Copenhagen, I don't think they stand a chance. I don't even know how they scored one goal on Man City, to be honest. I think Man City was up by a lot and they kind of let go. So I think both those games, those are the two of the favorites in the tournament, and I think they'll advance easily. That's just my opinion.
All right. All right, thank you very much, Calvin. Quickly, let me just go ahead to the Serie A. Inter Milan continue to win. And today, before we got to the studios of Richmond TV, they beat Genoa by 2-1. I don't know what is going on with Roma after the special one was asked. He was given a sack, but ever since that time, it's been win for AS Roma. They won by 4-1. They went away to Monza and they won by 4-1. Inter still continue to lead the Serie A with 72 points. And the closest is the old ladies Juventus with 57 points. And as we all know, this is a foregone conclusion. Inter Milan will carry the Scudetto. The German Bundesliga still ongoing. By Leverkusen said we did come here to play. They did not come here to play. They won by 2-0. They traveled all the way to FC Cologne and they won that match. And Saturday, Borussia Dortmund also beat Berlin by 2-0. Stuttgart also beat Wolfsburg by 3-2. Bayern Munich, as we discussed, were ahead by 2-2. They were ahead 2-2 with Freiburg on Friday. So that is it for the German Bundesliga. And of course, Bayer Leverkusen sits at the summit of the Bundesliga with 64 points, with Bayern Munich with 54 points. And we think Alonso will break the dominance of Bayern Munich. Quickly, let's go to this La Liga where it was drama. We were trying to get a referee on, but when I called him, we couldn't get him online. But we promised that we'll bring a referee to explain. But from a little bit that we know, we'll discuss among ourselves. And viewers, you can also bring your comments because how can you stop the play? Like, I don't know, whilst the ball was about to go to the net, we could have avoided all this thing by stopping, avoiding whether the corner of that. But 1 year ago, that is why I think La Liga is something else. Why ago, the same thing happened when Real Madrid also a team scored against them exactly 1 year ago, and it was the same scenario. It was a long range shot. As soon as the player pulled a trigger, he was about to shoot. He shot the ball. The referee blew that game over, and the ball eventually went into the net. So quickly, Atletico Madrid and Barcelona played. Atletico Club, sorry, and Barcelona played a pulsating goalless game. It was deadlock. Mallorca and Girona. Yes, Mallorca beat Girona by a long goal. Atletico Madrid beat Real Betis by 2-1. And Sevilla also beat Real Sociedad by 3-2. And the match, that's it. So that's it for the La Liga games. And quickly, let me give you the league table. Real Madrid sits on with 66 points. Girona with 59 points. It's a one conclusion. Ancelotti will see this one. But quickly, let me go to my panelists and discuss what went wrong, because we are not referees, but we just brainstorming and discussing how on earth did that happen. So after the research that I did, not knowing it has happened before in the same La Liga last year, but couldn't the referee have saved all of us this headache by even closing the game before that corner kick or that free kick? Abeku, your take on that that thing. We are not referees, so I don't want to ask whether it's a goal or not. How do you feel when that thing happened to Real Madrid?
It was shocking to see that. Well, I wasn't watching the game, but I had the pleasure to watch the replays a few times, and I do not understand why you allow the team to take the corner, and while the ball is in the air, that's when you decide that you are done with the game. Like it to me, it sometimes it bothers me to see like such refereeing in our game, right? I was watching some other game this weekend. The team was on the counter.
Mm-hmm.
They allowed the other team to play, and when the other team got a counter, they just stopped the game. Like if you're gonna allow one team to play over the allowed or the minimum time, then allow the counter to happen before you end the game. That's my opinion. I haven't been to any refereeing school. Like I don't have the qualifications to make those decisions, but it's just in fairness of the game. If you allow the corner to be taken, allow the play to play itself out, let the ball go out of play, or let the make sure there's no advantage before you end the game. Like if you see one team with an advantage, you don't just end the game. What if I don't want to bring this up, but I'm looking at the Liverpool game. They decided not to call a free kick on the corner. The referee then gives the ball to Liverpool, and they hit the ball straight to corner, and then they score. If you wanted to close the game before Liverpool's corner, you could have done that earlier. But no, they allowed the game to go on after the advantage for the other team. So I feel bad for Madrid, but they're gonna win the league either way. So this will be nothing at the end for them. So that's my opinion.
All right, Fifi, your take on that thing that happened. And mind you, as I said, this is not the first time it has
So basically,
happened.
La Liga has
La Liga.
La Liga. You guys hear me?
Yes.
I think
I don't
this thing is.
know why they don't
But anyway,
read it, because
basically-
it's like we all watch soccer.
okay.
Goal kick.
Mhm. I saw.
Silver, you had a hot mic.
I saw. I saw for Wi-Fi.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. I saw for what Wi-Fi, Papa. Saturday we see what was up. Motor Wi-Fi, Papa. Basically, La Liga referee organization has not released a statement. That means.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us? I think you can hear us. You're having.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear
Can
you,
you
Silver.
hear me, Fifi?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you. But I think you're having technical difficulty.
Oh, okay. So all this while I was speaking in the air.
you were
Our viewers,
frozen
sorry
in.
about that. I think we are having some technical viewers difficulties from my
But
end.
let me-
Fifi, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Okay, Fifi, go ahead.
All right. So sorry about that, viewers, but that's what happens when you use Asna Wi-Fi. So please get better Wi-Fi. The La Liga Referee Association has not released any official statement. That means that they acknowledge they're still reviewing. Gil Manzano is on the La Liga review right now. It might cost him a game or something. Like a Copa del Real final. The reason why it's so controversial because he's one of their most veteran and experienced referees. So this is a very, very interesting conversation. Now, from what I understand, he gave the game had 4 minutes added on time. Within that 4 minutes added on time, there was a stoppage. He stopped his clock, and as soon as that was done, he started it. When Real Madrid kicked the ball and it went outside, you could see his action. He looked at his watch, and as the ball was being hurried up, he turns around. He's not even looking at the cross coming, like the ball about to be crossed. He turns around because I have a feeling he had like something vibrated that the time is up. So he was trying to stop the play before the ball got into the air. He turns around as the player kicks the ball and whistles. Nobody heard the whistle. When the ball was headed in, he whistled again. When you look at his linesman on the other side, the linesman lifts his little flag up. Like, as if he's like, I feel like his linesman should have stopped the guy from kicking the ball. It's like, no, don't kick the ball. But at the end of the day, the referee's time, I believe that added on time had a letter on his watch. He turned around, and just like every good experienced referee, he's stopping the play. The ball was already in the air. Bellingham, I feel like the Valencia players heard the whistle. Bellingham gets his header, but then that's when the second set of two whistles come in. So at the end of the day, I will side on the I get it. It's a game of seconds. And I think just that moment where that went off, and he turns around. As he turns around and he's about to whistle, the ball's in the air. So he whistles twice. Bellingham hits the ball. That's when they heard the second to the third whistle that the game is over. And that's where the controversy happened. So at the end of the day, whatever, Bellingham's red card to go and tell the referee, it's a fucking goal. You're going to get fined, Bellingham. Unfortunately, you get fined. Nothing is going to happen to the ref because when they replay what happened, he has evidence saying that, hey, the time was up. I turned around. Even though the ball was kicked, I turned around. I whistled the first time when the ball was in the air. Then I whistled twice when the ball was headed into the goal. So he already has evidence that he whistled seconds before the ball was kicked into the air to stop the play, and vice versa. So it's a pointless thing, like you said. It'll just die off. The ref is gonna ref the next game and stuff like that. But we need to have a referee to say, my question is, even when that stoppage time hits, let's say there's a dead ball situation, or there's a free kick or a corner, is it in the rule books to allow that set play to happen? Then after that, whistle, or as soon as the added time is up, stop the play. Whether someone is one-on-one with it, like just stop the play. Is that in the rule book? That's what I need to know. That's what I want to understand. So that's my take on it.
All right, thank you very much, Fifi. And I mean, yes, we are all confused because we've seen referees, and it is their own discretion. When the time is up, you can allow a play, and when the ball is out, then you can close. But not this one. I will be in Yabra Koshe winning go. Abeku, your take on what? No, Kevin, sorry. Kevin, your take on what happened over the weekend, Real Madrid and Valencia.
So I think both panelists did a good job explaining what they think they saw and what they know. I just think that, to be honest with you, we all watched the game, and I think the Silver said it best. It's at the ref's discretion, right? Once you put in, if there's 3 minutes left, it can get to 3 minutes, and the ref is still playing based on what he thinks is going on, right? So it's at the ref's discretion. But in that point in time, and where the ball is at a danger zone, usually when the ref blows a whistle, the ball has been cleared, the ball's in the goalkeeper's hand, or the ball's in the middle of the pitch. It has to, or it's in the opposite end. The ball has to be in a position where it is not a threat from that position. You cannot turn around. You need to see the ball get cleared because you're saying the time is up. From the time he crossed the ball to the header, that's like 5 seconds. That's even less than 5 seconds. It's like 2-3 seconds. So what are we talking about in terms of the time is up? That time that it took him to kick the ball and him at it is literally 3 to 4 seconds. So let's not go with the time was up. I just think he did not do his due diligence of making sure that that ball was gone. That ball is out of position. If he tried to cross it and the defender touched it and went for a corner, then he could have ended the game because they've already given him a first corner. But just out of how the game was played, if a game is in that quote unquote that position, it's in a dangerous position. Therefore, you must allow the play to play out, or don't even give them the corner at all. Like, because you're going to put yourself in a position where that usually, well, we've seen a lot of things happen in the stoppage time. I mean, we've talked about in every league, every single league we've seen, the Premier League, the Bundesliga, the La Liga, things are happening in stoppage time. That's where a lot of players are going all out to either tie a game, win a game, or tie a game or win a game. So in that position where the ball is in a dangerous zone, you must make sure as a referee to make sure that that ball is no longer in a dangerous position for the opponent to score. I just think that it's one of those things where he wanted to end it before he kicked it, but he just didn't do it. It was just, I don't know what it seemed like he tried to do. I just think that he should have just at least waited for that ball to be out of position before blowing the whistle. I just think as a referee and as viewers of the game, we all know that we can save 4 minutes. But if we see that it's 4 minutes and the ball people are attacking that, the referee usually gives you that time to attack. And once they defend that attack, then he calls the game off, right? Because you have momentum going forward. I just think in this situation, the referee just didn't do his due diligence to make sure that that ball was no longer in a danger position before blowing this whistle. Like you said, it's just one of those things where he just turned around and blew a whistle before making sure that the play was over. So it's just one of those things where, like I said, we're not referees, but you can't blow a whistle in that situation. It just doesn't make any sense. Like the ball's in the air, you can't blow it in the air going to somebody's box. Like it can't happen. As a referee, you need to let that quote unquote that play out. Whether it's clear, whether it's a goal, whether it's a foul, you need to let it play out before blowing that whistle. And unfortunately, in that game, he just didn't do that. And then on to make matters worse, the person that scores the goal also gets a red card. After everybody else has been swarming the referee, Bellingham was literally the last player. He turned around, took out the red, and just showed it to Bellingham. So hopefully they rescind that red card because he was literally the last player.
No, that's not what happened. Let's
What do
tell
you
the
mean that's not what
viewers.
happened?
Bellingham went up and cursed at him. You are not allowed to curse at the referee, and that's what
They
happened.
all did it.
He did not just turn
Listen,
around and get a red card.
listen. When you watch the play, once the play was over, Carvajal was the first one to run up to him. The captain. The captain ran up to the
Yes.
ref.
Uh-huh.
And then the other teams ran up to the ref. Now
Uh-huh.
it was Real Madrid and the other team. They were both jostling the ref. And then
the-
Bellingham was celebrating. He was
Uh-huh.
celebrating. He didn't even know. He was celebrating. So when he saw that they called it off, then he came back. It was
Okay.
like then he got
You
upset.
don't- you
But by
don't
the
walk
time
up to the-
they've already rushed the ref, so he had to show some sort of way. But it wasn't a red. It's a warning. You saw a yellow. But because the game was over, he had to show red. If the game was in progress, he would have showed a yellow. Because usually
No.
when they do the descent, it's a yellow card.
He
Descent is
showed the
yellow.
red. When you get a chance, go and read the La Liga. When they play, after they're
But
done playing the game, you can go to La Liga.
Kevin, was it a straight red?
It's
It was
the
a
straight red.
Straight
He
red.
said this is what
Descent
Bellingham
is
said.
yellow. Descent
No,
is always yellow.
no, this is what Bellingham said, and I'm gonna read a quote from here. This is a fucking goal. This is a complete disgrace. You are a disgrace. This is a fucking goal. You need to give this fucking goal. This is a disgrace. That's when you got the red card.
What do you get a red card for that for?
Yes,
That's
cannot
it happens
say
all the
that
time.
Just get a yellow.
It's
Please.
a law.
You say like he
Dasilva.
cussed him out like, bro, these players
He
be
cussed
cussing
him
these
out. You
refs
can't
out.
be saying fucking
Okay.
and it's a disgrace. No.
Okay, so one thing that I know that they always tell coaches to tell players, when you go that hard on the referee again, he will use his own discretion. Yes. So he's right. He's right with that record. For that such words, oh yes, he's right. Yeah,
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I honestly don't agree with that because we're arguing off discretion. We're arguing off what the ref feels like. If he feels like you hurt his feelings, then he'll give you a red. That's what we're arguing off.
That's
We're
what
not
we
arguing
say.
off of rules. We're arguing off discretion. So his discretion, it makes it worse because Bellingham is the one that scores the goal. Like it makes it worse for you to turn off the dude that actually scored the goal when you made an incorrect call. That makes it a whole lot worse. Forget the rule books. We're watching the game as fans, and we've watched the game for a long time. We know that if the ball is in somebody's half and it's a stoppage time and the ball goes into the air like they always do, they always balloon the ball into the air. The whistle is never blown until that ball is either cleared in the goalie's hand or a corner. That's usually what happens. It happens every time we watch the game too long. So for you not to do that, one, you didn't do that. And then the player that scored is telling you that it's a goal. You need to give a goal. You're a disgrace. This is a disgrace. And then you give him a red because he hurts your feelings after you know he's right.
It's not
That's
about
wrong.
hurting the feelings.
That's wrong.
No, it's not about hurting the feelings.
Calvin,
Even Vinicius
Calvin,
was given a red card. Vinicius and Bellingham were both given a red card based on the statement. It is written in La Liga referee official statement. You cannot be physical or verbally abusive towards a ref. It's been there. It's a law. You would get a red.
Very good, Fifi. That was what I was about to say. And he was touching the ref too.
Yes.
So he's going to hide behind the law after making a big mistake. We're saying that La Liga is a foregone conclusion. That's what we're saying. Let's just go fast forward and let's say that they lose by 2 points. Then what happens? This is a lot bigger deal than we're talking about here. He literally changed the course of an entire season. He could have. If Barcelona would have won, they would have literally crept closer. He could have changed the entire table.
What are you talking about?
Bro, listen to what I'm saying.
6 or 7 points. He's not going to change anything. He called it. It's a draw.
Listen. Okay.
I don't know. I never changed the course of anything.
You're telling me
Vinicius they disobeyed the law and they got what they deserved. Even Valencia players who even came up to him and were trying to say they got a yellow card. They weren't aggressive with him. Vinicius and Bellingham, thinking they're superstars, yelled, cussed him out. Vinicius put his hands on the ref. Red card.
So Calvin, let's brush through this. Honestly, when you curse a referee, oh no, it's not yellow. In this sense, we have types, but for that F word to come up from his mouth, oh you are gone.
Yeah,
straight up.
He didn't.
No matter, you are gone.
Say it directly to him. I understand what the rules are saying. I understand what you guys are saying about the rules, but the rule is still discretion. It's discretion. Because we've watched plenty of games where there will be a foul, and these guys you can even read your mouth. They're just saying all types of, they're calling him like names. They're calling him the B word. They're calling him names. He's saying the situation is a disgrace. For you to blow your whistle in this situation at this time when the ball is in the air, it's a disgrace. Now I understand you touching a ref, no problem. But I think for him to wait that long, for everybody else to surround him and badger him and just arguing left and right, and then for him to give red to a Bellingham, which makes it worse because he's the one that scored the goal, it just makes the optics look bad. Obviously, hopefully they rescind the red. They need to rescind the red. That's what I'm saying. Rescind it. Make it a yellow at least. Forget the game. You're not going to change the outcome of the game. But giving him the red and suspending him, to be honest with you, I get what you guys are saying, but it just doesn't look good as a fan watching the game that you can punish somebody that's necessarily not wrong. It's an emotional game. It's an emotional sport. Every sport, usually they deal with discretion. I'm using another example in basketball. Rasheed Wallace was staring at the ref, and the ref gave him a technical foul and threw him out the game for looking at him. This is discretion. Like, stop. Like, there's too many nuances to this. Refs have give people the yellows for just throwing their hands up like this. The ref will call a foul. He's walking away. He throws his hand like this. You give him a yellow. So it's discretion. This is all opinion. He just felt like doing that because at this point in the situation that it was, he knew he had messed up. Obviously, you can hide behind the rules, but we all know what we're talking about when we watch this game. Football is not It's not a ching type of game. The game doesn't end at 90 minutes. The game doesn't end there's not halftime at 45 minutes. A stoppage time is 2 minutes. It doesn't end right at 2 minutes. Everything is like discretion. That's how the game is. The game is all about discretion. So when we're arguing about it's in the rules, they don't use the rules. The refs use it when they're wrong, but they do things in discretion. Everything is discretion.
Nah.
And that's just my
All
Um,
opinion.
right, Kevin. All right, Kevin thinks everything is discretion. Viewers, we are
so
approaching the top of the hour. We're still discussing the various leagues that went on around Europe. We surrounded where the sports. We discussed the upcoming Champions League. We are now discussing what happened during the weekend with the Real Madrid game and Valencia. Producer, let's try as much as possible. On Friday, we were trying to get Refilio, who referees in the Maryland Super League, Major Leagues. He told me the timing, but maybe hopefully Friday viewers will bring Leo, referee, to come and update us if there has been changes in the rules, because it's kind of how can that happen? It happened last year in La Liga and it happened again this year. So we will do that. If you just join us, kindly like, subscribe, share, comments. And this program, as I said, is proudly sponsored at Agape Traditional LLC. Quickly, we are approaching the top of the hour. Today, Calvin was the first person to come to the studio. So during the weekend, Aston Villa continued their win under Unai Emery by winning 3-2 at Lawton. Everton, Mohamed Kudus and his men went all the way to beat them by 3-1. I don't know. As soon as that Brazilian midfielder came in, Kudus has, oh Lord, West Ham has started winning again. Fulham beat Brighton by 3-0. Tottenham Hotspur beat Crystal Palace by 3-1. Liverpool defeat. We're just looking at Liverpool and they snagged victory at the jaws of defeat with a last kick of seconds, and they won by 1-0. Sunday came the big match. Yes, unfortunately, people thought Manchester can be red, which has never been. Which hasn't been red for some time now, and it still continued to be blue. Manchester City beat Manchester United by 3-1, and Berlin also were defeated by Bournemouth by 2-0. And earlier, before we came to studio, the most informed team, fast improving, Arsenal said their guns are blazing left, right, and center, and they demolished, disintegrated, dismantled Sheffield United by 6-0. That makes it Arsenal, when you come to EPL, have not lost a game in 2024. Quickly, let's go to our panelist, Fifi. I want us to look at this two matches: Manchester United and friends. So Chelsea, Bradford, your take on that match? Was first 2-2 was a fair result, or you think it could have gone any other way?
I think Chelsea should have won that game. You see, I don't even know what the problem is at Chelsea. I do feel like either the coach doesn't know the team he has yet and confident that, he can go ahead and score more goals, or he's just very pragmatic and he's just trying to save the season so it doesn't look bad since Chelsea's 11th place. Chelsea was playing, somehow they came out and played the same formation as Brentford, going toe to toe with Brentford and formation and tactical awareness. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're trying to eliminate what the other team is doing? Like, play your game. That was the first thing. So it was like Chelsea, like everything they did was being like countered by Brentford and actually made Brentford look like a good team when City had just, or like whatever it is, they just dismantled them like the week before and stuff like that. The scoring, Chelsea scoring is a big issue, man. The talent they have, but the scoring is a big issue. I don't know if Pochettino is the right guy for them because I don't know if he understands his personnel. But I think Tarboli is going to give him a chance. to kind of see out another season. But that was very alarming what I saw. Like, it's like you guys, Chelsea plays extremely well against Man City. They play the game against Man City. They play the game of their lives. And then when it comes time to Brentford, it's Brentford. You match them tactically to eliminate what Brentford, like what now you're playing to Brentford's strength. Like, what are we doing? You're trying to eliminate what Brentford's going to do to you rather than play them out the park. That was quite alarming. The Manchester Derby, men against boys. Charlie. That's all I can say.
Fifi, viewers would love to know which team were the men and which team were the boys. If you can clarify for us.
The Manchester City, I like the stats. I've never seen a team, even Sheffield crowd were not that dominated. They didn't get dominated like that, like how we got. Like, we're Manchester United. We're not Arsenal. We're not Chelsea. We're Manchester United.
Yes, you are Manchester United, which is living on old and past glories. Continue.
Please, hey, producer, can you mute the hostess audio because he's abusing me here? Manchester United, and we get outplayed. It's like a bunch of it's example for when you pay. So there's a lot of work to do in Manchester United. Man City dominated us. Shots. They had like 27 shots, like 23 on target. Like, what were we expecting? To defend for 20, 30 minutes and not concede a freaking goal? Eric Ten Hag. And then the substitution. What are you taking Johnny Evans out for? What are you taking Manu out for? What are we doing here? Well, you're up 1-0, so now you're sitting back for 32. And then you ask him, and then he's like, "Oh, there were moments in the game. What moments? What moments were in the game? This is embarrassing." Chelsea with the 11th. Look at the show they showed against Man City. Any Gwasi Akwaba. Embarrassing race wa ko GP, wa ko Joe check Monday. In that by office, wa be Joe check, we coffee, then come and sit there and come and tell me, say, we had moments in the what moments? 27 to 27. 3. We had 3 shots. 3 shots, 3 on target. 27 to 26. Are we serious? Are we serious? This is embarrassing. Please. Next to the other panels.
All right, thank you very much. So I now see where Abeku got his 27 and 26, and Abeku last time we met here at the studios of Richmond TV, he came with Asembeba. So I was hoping maybe today he should have come with Asembeba. Abeku, your take on Chelsea Bradford game and Manchester City and Manchester United.
Man. With Chelsea, it's always the same thing. We play very good in the first half, and then in the second half, I don't know what is being said to the players. I don't know what goes on in the team talks. I'm not putting this all on Pochettino because that's the easiest thing to do. That's the uneducated thing to do. When I hear people just blaming coaches for everything, I just feel like you're not a student of the game. So your first instinct is look at what the coach is doing. The coach is not putting players in the right positions to play. The players were given the same assignment to come out in the first half to perform really good. Yes. Now, if you tell me in-game adjustments is not Pochettino's strength, then you're telling me something. You are giving me something to hold on to. Brentford came in the second half and were like, playing long balls, getting on the second balls. Wissa with his head like something was like pushing the press on. That would be the time for a coach to, make some little changes in the game. Manage the game for your players. But as players that are getting paid a lot of money to play, if your defense is like, I have a video where the second goal where Wizard does the acrobatic shot and scores. Literally, Caicedo, Gallagher, and Enzo, they were just behind 3 Brentford players. So it's our defense trying to head the ball out. There's a wall of Brentford players, and then the midfield that is supposed to support the defense is standing behind the people. This is not coaching. This is lazy play from your midfielders that you pay so much money to get. This has nothing to do with the coach. The coach can tell you everything, but the coach cannot move that player to come and be in front of the player to support your defense. That's to me, that's lazy like talk. Like, oh, it's the coach. The coach cannot do nothing about what I just witnessed on the field. Yes, if you tell me we should take out the midfielders and bring somebody new, I can reason with you. But who do we have on the bench? Casede or whatever the guy's name is, the Italian player. He was playing really good at Leicester, and we called him back. But the few games that I've seen him come in, he wasn't up to speed with the game. The game in the championship is way different from the game in the EPL. Sheffield United was killing it in championship. They got 6 put by them today by Arsenal. It's not the same. So for me, I don't see, like, if we go and get the coaches that we are looking for, the Dezerbis, and we're gonna look for another coach in 8 months. I'm telling you, we have to make sure the players are better than what we thought they would be. They are not. Right now, the players are not playing up to the money that we paid for, and that's what we see on the field. They always produce. I mean, look at my boy Ya Jackson. Yeah, he scored a nice goal, but before then, he went around the keeper and couldn't score. I watched the Chelsea ladies, Ramirez, the striker for the Chelsea ladies. She did the same thing and scored. Same move. This has not. Pochettino can score that goal. It's a player that needs to score those goals. We create so many chances and we don't put them away. We played City. We made so many chances in the first half. We didn't score, and they came back 1-1. That's not on the coach. I can't blame the coach for everything. Yes, he has a part to play because he is the leader of the group, but he's not the main problem. If we go against the grain and go for another coach, we're going to be looking for another coach in 8 months. I promise you that. Anyways, let me get back to United. On Friday, I told you don't put Amrabat anywhere in the game. That guy is not the same guy we watched play the World Cup. People that play tournaments, they put a lot of effort into that. And when it comes to a league where you grind out games, that's not the guy for you. That he's not a guy for you. Yes, he came in later and he gave away a goal. That's not all the problems that United have. United have a lot of problems, and it's so many that I just had to go to the last one to get up to the first one that I wanted to make. The coach came out with the plan that I envisioned. the goal from Rashford, beautiful goal. Even though he hasn't been playing really good this season, but he made it. I don't know what happened last week. United fans was telling Chelsea fans that, oh, after we score, we just sat back. What happened to you guys? Like, you guys were playing to a plan where, you know, you soak up pressure and then play the ball to the faster players on the team. Don't know what happened after City scored. You guys could not get that same rhythm back. That was so embarrassing to watch. Like a whole United with, like, you beat Chelsea comfortably. Like it was night and day. How does Chelsea come out and put a better show against City than you did? I was so disappointed in that game. I mean, I knew it was coming, but the way you guys started the game, I had better hopes for you guys. But like Dasilva said, I said baby. So this is where we are. I know you're gonna say that, oh, United is sit on the table and Chelsea is 11, but doesn't mean anything. Like, if you look at those two teams, they are really bad. Both teams.
It means something. We're not as bad as you. Better say, why is everybody doesn't mean anything? It means something.
It does not mean anything. You guys are just as bad as us. We just haven't had the players to put away goals. Like, Chelsea have created more chances, if you watch the game, than United has. It's just United can put away chances, and then points is what puts you up in the standings. We're talking about pure football. Like, if you're watching the game and you love the game, you see that there's no difference between those two teams.
So there's no difference. You love the game, there's a difference. Mwasa. With 11.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love 11 for us because at this point, that's what we
if you love the game and you know the difference. Mwasa. Mwasa. I know. Brentford.
But how does a team how does a team have more shots taken than you have in possession?
Mwasa. Did you guys look at the matchup between y'all and Man City? Did you see how many shots were taken?
That's not the question.
This is the best team.
All right, I don't want to have to go to that
this
much.
Is the best team in the world.
Let's keep it centered on Manchester City.
27 shots. It's Jaikas and Marre. We 11. The other Chelsea.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why the game was 1-1 versus 3-1. There's a reason why the City has beaten you twice this season, and they have not beaten us this season. There's a reason.
Yeah, 11th place. Baby.
We love it. We love it. Back to you, Dasilva.
All right, Abiku, thank you very much. And as Abiku rightly said, yeah, Chelsea did a very good job at the Stamford Bridge, and when they came to the Etihad too, but I didn't see the zeal, to win, because the best way to defend is to attack. But I think, things happen. But Manchester is still blue, unfortunately, and I think it will be blue for a long time until Manchester United get their stuff right. As Fifi rightly said, there is a lot of work to be done. The truth, the man who speaks the truth. Kelvin, your take on Chelsea Bradford? Briefly, and Manchester United and Man City. Briefly, we are running out of time.
Okay. It's unfortunate that I have to disagree with my fellow Chelsea fan as well. He said something about if you blame coaching, then you're not really watching the game. I agree in some sorts that the coach cannot finish chances for you. When Jackson goes around the player, goes around the goalkeeper, and takes a touch that he shouldn't take after he goes around the keeper, and the coach cannot do that for you. I agree. I completely understand that in certain aspects, Pochettino is not to blame for the chances that are being missed, for the missed assignments that are happening. But here's the thing. We, as a Chelsea fan, I can give just a brief history. Lampard was our coach, and we were struggling. Same players, just struggling. He was let go, and a man by the name of Thomas Tuchel came and took over. Same players, just a different coach. And when he took over, the team changed. It's the same players, just a different coach. What I'm trying to say is, as a coach, you need to be able to see what's going on and make changes. If something is happening over and over and over again, you as a coach need to sit back and go, something's happening over and over and over again. I need to find a solution. And I'm not talking about the finishing. Can't do anything about that. These are lapses in the game. These are mentality that Chelsea is not playing with. You can't tell me that we're going to play a game against Brentford. We play a 4-2-3-1 under Pochettino. That is the formation that we have been playing under him. You cannot tell me, say you're playing Brentford and you play a 5-back because Brentford plays a 5-back. How can you tell me this story? This does not make sense.
Would you like me to rebut that, or
No. I'm coming. I have never seen Manchester City go, Chelsea's playing a 3 and a 5 in the back. Let me play 5 in the back. Never.
I have seen it. But
when has City ever put 5 center backs on the field at the same time to begin the game? Never. That's not how they play.
But they didn't put 5 center backs. They put 3 center backs. Chelsea put 3 center backs.
No, we put 3 center backs and two defenders, a left back and a right. I'm talking about there's 5 defenders on the field. City does not play with 5 defenders on the field. If you're going to add John Stones is literally a midfielder. That's how he plays him. He plays him as a midfielder. He doesn't count. And if you watch the game out, it's literally the way he plays John Stones. He plays him in a pivot. He plays him in a pivot with De Bruyne as a free roamer. He plays him in the pivot. So he's not playing as a 5-back. He's just using John Stones' skills to give him an advantage because John Stones can also defend. So it may look like he's playing a 5. No, he's not. John Stones can just do more. So he plays him in the pivot to give De Bruyne freedom. If you watch the game, Manchester United versus Man City, De Bruyne was all over the field. On the left, on the right, in the middle. He's everywhere because John Stones gives him the ability to free roam. Now, as a Chelsea fan, when we have 2 pivots, we have Caicedo and Fernandes. First of all, if you're paying Caicedo $100 million to do what he did at, and this is when you say coaching out, Caicedo's at Brighton is not the same player at Chelsea. They're completely different.
Okay.
They're not the same player.
Yes.
Because he's doing things where, like, Caicedo should have been sent off at least 3 times in this season. At least.
Yes.
He's making harsh tackles. Something is not clicking in his head. I don't know what's going on, but something is not clicking with the team. Because we play up to teams that are higher than us. Like Man City, let me be very honest with you. The reason why we play well against Man City is because Sterling and Palmer had a bone to pick with them. So they played, if you watch the first 4-4 game, Sterling was destroying Walker. I mean, left and right. He had him in his pocket. He was destroying him. Same thing with Palmer. They had their bone to pick with Man City because Man City, obviously, they play for Man City. But if you're watching as a Chelsea fan, we cannot play down to an opponent. That is something that I will fight tooth and nail for. We cannot play a 5-back if that's not what we are playing. That's not what you are known for. Pochettino is not known for a 5-back. We play 4-2-3-1. We play our defenders. We play Caicedo, Fernandes as the pivot, Gallagher either as the 10. We put Palmer on the right. Whoever is going to be on the left, Sterling, whoever he wants to play, and then Jackson up top. That's the formation we play. To be honest with you, that's wrong because Palmer should be in the middle. Anyway, we have Madueke, a player that has talent, somebody that's on the bench. He doesn't even play Madueke.
A player that doesn't track back.
No. Listen.
This is the things I hate about our team. We have the players that can go forward and dance, but they would not track back. I'm looking at Sterling walk back when we're playing City. Like, what are you doing?
Okay, so let me.
Kevin, begin to wrap up and talk about Manchester United game. Unless you don't want to talk about Manchester United game.
No. I'm going to. I just wanted to say what he's just kind of give a point. I understand what you were saying as the players we don't have. But I think that as a coach, for example, if you have I've watched Sterling play for Man City. Was he as lazy for Man City as he is for us? No. Hell no, he wasn't as lazy because he knows what Pep is demanding from him. Sterling is going to play no matter what because Pochettino is not that type of guy. If Jose Mourinho came here today, forget it. It has changed. You don't play. It's a very simple game. That's how he does it. Coaching matters, but I understand too, and I will give you this point. Pochettino cannot finish for you, Jackson. Sorry. Wade Palmer, you get a clean pass from Gusto. Pass the ball into the net. What do they have, baby? He cannot do that for you. This is crazy. And then the second half, you're telling me who didn't know that Brentford was going to play hard in the second half? Who here didn't know? Raise your hand if you didn't know Brentford was going to come out and play harder. Who didn't know? We all knew. They're only down 1. We all knew. And then when we go down 2-1, you want to bring on attackers and then play the way we should have been playing in the beginning to get a goal. This is not how this works. This is a young team. It's a very young team. We need a coach that can get into these guys' head. Pochettino can coach veterans because he doesn't have to necessarily keep on your back. He's not that type of coach. You can see Guardiola. He's always talking. He's always doing this because you're fetchere coach. That's how young players develop around. That's why Foden is one of the best in the world because he's always going to get on your butt, on your ass because he's trying to make sure you understand. Same thing with Wade. He's not that. He's a chill coach. Just give me veterans. I'll tell them what to do. They know what to do. We don't have that. Our team is too young for that.
Right.
We need a coach that will do that. Anyway, let me move on to Manchester United versus Man City.
Briefly.
Can you see my screen?
You have a letter for Alan?
Can you see my screen? This
Yes,
name
we
right
can see
here.
it.
When this guy scores, just listen to the announcer, the way he says his name. Ed Dekeken. It's literally the best name to hear when he scores a goal. Listen, I think Abeku said something. Chelsea and Manchester United are two terrible teams. It's fake gold. It's gold. So you think it's gold, but it's not. We know say it's fake. That's the difference between us and you. We're not delusional. Mono baby. Like he said, if Chelsea finishes half of the chances that we have, we are higher on the table than you are. They are very simple. This is not up for debate. This is just players where we're both watching the game. Manchester United versus Man City is one of the games that I've watched in my life where I'm like, hey, this man is getting paid to coach. First of all, you guys got lucky. Rashford scored a tremendous goal. It wasn't play on. You didn't play beautiful soccer to get the goal. Nope. And your boom na BBC here now share goal. That's how you scored. So let's get that. Let's be very honest with that. So you guys get off. You get the best start you possibly can. Masha 1-0. And then you go on to complain about what Chelsea did, which I complain about, to defend. First of all, maybe, coach, you can do the numbers now. How many times has Man City lost again 1-0? How many times since under Pep Guardiola? I'm pretty sure it's not a lot. You know that if you score on this team 1-0, I remember one time they lost 1-0 to Chelsea.
I remember that too.
That's another story. But
that's another story.
Yeah, it's another story. But usually you need more than one to score against them. It's a very simple thing. You can't. This notion of you have professionals, you score a goal, and then you start defending from jump one to defend one. I don't understand this for the life of me. Play the game. If you play with them, opportunities arise. I have never in my entire life seen Man City, unless it's like the 80th minute, no, maybe they'll defend. But so what? Yeah, so 1-0 in the first half. Not me defend it. Never. It never happens. These are the differences between a world-class coach and these mediocre coaches. Respectfully, let's be very honest. There's only a couple of good coaches in the entire world at this point because they understand that Michelle Wana, I need to keep going so I can score more goals. There's only 2 in our league that does it. Maybe 3 now. I'll give it to you. Maybe 3. It's Manchester United, Manchester City. Forget my mouth. Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool. Those are the only teams that almost shall Wana. They are trying to go for more goals. Every other team, when they score on you one, they want to defend it. This is not the way you play a game against one of the best teams in the world, one of the best coaches in the world, one of the best minds in the world. You have the most prolific striker in the entire league. You have one of the best young players in the entire league. You have the best midfielder in the entire league, and you're going to defend them for 70 minutes to say they won't score a goal. You are sleeping. They are going to score on you. This is why I said you guys have fool's gold. You are higher in the league, so you're going to keep Ten Hag. No problem. Keep him. But Chelsea, there, we are a team of Ujimia. You will get sacked. That's we have been like that ever since Abramovich bought the team. Sanet here, Ujimia, you are gone. I know it's not a good thing, but we've won plenty of leagues and champion leagues like that. Ujimia, you're gone. Very simple. You people don't do that. No problem. Keep Ten Hag. And I saw a stat. Do you know Ten Hag has as many yellow cards as Romero from Tottenham? Is he defended? Okra Haaland.
What has
And
that got to do with anything?
What has
that got to do
This
with
is my
anything?
point. Your coach is getting more yellows instead of focusing on the game. Or yeah, referee. Referee didn't ball more
Please.
I know you're a defender.
bogus.
Why do you have so
That
many
is
yellow cards as a
bogus.
coach?
All right,
That
Kevin,
is
begin to
bogus.
round up.
You're just
That has
yapping
nothing to
all
do
day
with
long.
anything.
You're not
Has
coaching.
nothing to do with the game. Has
What-
nothing to do with
Listen,
anything.
so here's my synopsis, coach. Here's my synopsis. You said boys against men, men against boys, whatever the case may be. We saw a team that is a superior team versus a team in shambles. We saw a superior coach versus a inferior coach. We saw superior players versus inferior players. We saw superior strategy versus no strategy. We saw pray for results versus play for results. That's what we saw. It's a very simple thing. There's no if, ends, or but. You guys got lucky with a goal. You got to put chances here and there. And this is how you know, say your team. This is how you know, say you don't have the players. You have a one-on-one against Walker. You are Rashford. You have one-on-one against Walker, and you fall down because you want to foul. These players are not confident. For Manchester United, they're not confident. They find baller teams and then they beat on them. And when the big boys come into town, they fold.
All
Respectfully.
right. Thank
So,
you. Thank you very much, Kevin. Yeah, my producer has let me. Yeah, we are running out of time. Thank you, viewers, for sticking with us. As you know, it's Sports Chat with Dasilva, always live on Richmond TV. Yes, my panelists they even wanted to have this show yesterday. The Chelsea fans were ready. The Manchester United fans were ready. And I said, producer, let's do a very hot debate about these two teams. But quickly, Chelsea, Manchester, whoever, let me look at the first four teams and see if they are there. Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, Aston Villa. These are the four teams. So viewers, just keep that in mind.
Wait,
Fifi,
are you going to do this every time?
Your last.
Are you going to do this every time? Oh. I know Mike
Your
I know Mike
last words before. Your last words before.
Fifi says your last words.
Oh, before that.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you too.
Fifi, your last words.
Tomorrow is another day. This season is another season. To all my fans, all Manchester United fans in Ghana, around the world, I know it's a tough time. It's a tough time. But I look forward to the following coming years coming. Liverpool is about to go through a level of mediocrity very soon. Chelsea will never be the same because those American people will ruin that club. Man City, Pep will go because they will get charged for the 102 million violations that they keep violating over there. We shall rise again. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. But don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share. Richmond TV, Sports Talk with Dasilva. We come to you live with the heat, with the thoughts and everything like that. please go ahead and share this information. Share it out there. Send your comments over to the team, the production team, and everybody out there. Give us your thoughts. Give us your mindset. There's a lot of controversial stuff that happened this week. So please give us your thought. But thank you one more time for having us. Also, if you need any Kente or anything like that, reach out to Auntie Maggie over at Agape LLC. She's your number one. She's your person to actually get you whatever Kente needs or ceremonial needs that you have. But Manchester United, we shall rise again. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. We shall rise. That's it.
Manchester United shall rise again, and I'm happy that yes, they will start learning like Arsenal. Arsenal have been in this position and they always rise up. Kevin, your last words.
Like I always like to say, thank you so much for having me on the show. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to Richmond TV. It's always a pleasure to be on here, and I always say this is just our opinions. We're not here to offend anybody. It's just what we see and what we think, and we just come in here to share our opinions and thoughts. Um, I will also like to say this before I leave. The most painful thing in life is almost. That's the most painful thing in life. Almost. When you're about to do so much, you almost. Like I say, that's the most painful thing in life. Almost. So if you know, you know. If you don't know, ask your father. What I mean. Chelsea, we are in a bad position right now. Um, I can see a way out. We'll see if our new owners can learn. Hopefully, we can. It's a tough time right now as a Chelsea fan, not because we're not. It's not as tough as Manchester United. The reason why it's tough for us is because we can see that we have the opportunities. We're just not putting them away. So we need some tweaks. We need a bit of changes. We need some new personnel up top, and I think we can start competing as a team. Just some changes here and there. But what I said before earlier, the host of this show, I will not name his name, is always mentioning the top four. And I know when you go to the Olympics and you go as first, the second, and third, they get medals. Fourth place to last place, you both are in the same boat. Chelsea, Manchester United, we are in a boat going home, no problem. But yeah, I say Ube Drew. You are right at the finish line. No, be better post. You see, I know I'll take you first. Yeah. So with that being said, right now is a good time for that team. I will not mention their names. But when the time comes and they don't finish, hopefully that same person has the same energy going forward, because every dog has their day. A broke clock is a brick clock is right twice a day. Mean to me, Kasakra, because that day will come. Back to our hope. Don't worry, viewers.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. I am Da Silva. I am the energy man. The energy is always burning in me, whether you like it or yes. Win. Abeku, your last words.
Thank you guys for having me today. I really enjoyed the conversation, and also thank you panelists for engaging with me. If anybody wants to take this offline, we could do that. We can engage and share more ideas on what we think. This is not facts. This is all what we think. Our knowledge and love for the game is what we share with our viewers. So nobody should take anything too serious. Yeah, I mean, I hope United fans are listening. And if you're listening, don't let that fool's gold, excite you. I understand where you are right now. There is European qualifications involved in where you're at now, but I promise you that does not look. It doesn't end well for you if you go into Europa, you go into the Conference League, and you come back home with nothing. Please reset and look forward to the best. Chelsea, like my fellow Chelsea fan said, we are almost there. Yes, it does not look good right now, but we can see it. Again, if we could get Watkins or Tony, I will be very excited because these are people that can really put the ball in the net. But again, thank you for having me. See you on Friday.
Hey, Chelsea for Muwe kra mu closer kra more paragraph. Asemben kweni. Viewers, this is where we bring the curtains down on another sports chat with Dasilva live on Richma TV. Viewers, you see Chelsea people in their life. Wamoba kasasa. Me don't be speech at home. Anyways, let me do this before I sign off. So something is happening. Dixon Lawe and Dr. Louisa happening live on 16th March. Finally, it's about to go down, brother. Congratulations in advance. Yes, as you tied the knot on the 16th of March. You know already, your big brother, Metawichi, man like Gozo, brother, Keo. This is the day. This is the day the Lord has made. Saturday, March 16th, all the way in Accra, Ghana, West Africa. Niha ni jama afia butu tumo brukutu. Niha ni jama afia manya tumo so manya. Lawe, respect. Congratulations to you, Dixon and Dr. Louisa. This is where I sign off. Please like, comment, share, sports chat with Dasilva on Richma TV. I will see you when you see me. But before I take leave of you, never assume. Ask questions before you conclude. See ya. Bye-bye. Yogwemi, Yagali, Yogwemi, Yagali, Yogwemi.